Miri at this point. You are familiar, very familiar, with IDF operations and what the defence forces would be trying to achieve here. What do you make of what we just heard from the Pentagon? And does what you heard from the US reflect the same end goal, the same strategy that the Israeli government has? Will they be happy with what they've just heard?
Becky, from Israel, we've been hearing the IDF spokesperson from the beginning. We've also been hearing the Prime Minister time after time and the Minister of Defense, Israel Katz. I just say that because from here, they're stating more clearly. First of all, the IDF put on the table what the targets were, both in the initial attack, killing in that first initial attack over 40 high-ranking IRC, if it's also the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, different ones from the regime, and of course, Khamenei himself. And I heard also now that Khamenei's wife has also died from that attack that Israel did at the beginning. So one is against different symbols of the regime. Hand in hand to be able to do this, and that's always going to be there, you have to have air superiority. So you're constantly going after any kind of air defense that the Iranians could use. The Iranians, of course, claimed the fact that they downed those US planes. That is not true. The Iranian deputy foreign minister that was put in a sink on before says lots of things that I don't believe. They say that they're not willing to negotiate. When Larijani says 6,000 years of history and they have a long time, that I believe. And the Israeli Defense Forces are attacking right now the different types of sites that could help, if possible, the Iranian people if they can do any kind of change of government. They've been attacking the Israeli planes, the Basij, the different police headquarters, police stations, some of the prisons where the people who had been arrested by the regime over the last 2 months have been held. Those are already in the targeting, but it's mainly against missiles, missile launchers, air defense, and against the regime targets.
Miri, let me bring you back in, Miri in Tel Aviv. We heard Sunday from the Israeli Prime Minister, and I just want our viewers to have a listen to this.
We are in a campaign in which we are bringing the full force of the IDF as never before to ensure our existence and our future. But we are also bringing into this campaign the assistance of the United States, my friend, US President Donald Trump, and the US military. And this combination of forces enables us to do what I have long hoped to do for 40 years, to strike the terror regime decisively. That is what I promised, and that is what we will do.
Ali Larijani, Iran's security chief, has echoed or suggested that this isn't an America first policy, that this is an Israel first policy. That is the volley that he has posted today on X. This is the Israeli government's ideal scenario, is what he's saying. Is it?
There is no ideal scenario in war, Becky, and the fact that we're quoting Ali Larijani, not exactly to me the most reliable voice. He's the Islamic regime. You're going to bring him on. I would add in, put a few sinks of Khamenei before we killed him, where he would call us the cancer of the world that needs to be eliminated. He prayed for it and tried for it every day. Israel does not pull the world by the nose, and I'm going to be rude and say that the Islamic regime was also well known for its Shoah, Holocaust denial. They hosted every year a Holocaust denial conference in Tehran. So again, they're saying that Israel is the one that's pulling, to me, is what they want to show right now. The world hates Israel. If Israel is doing it, it must be bad. The United States is the big Satan for Iran. Israel is the little Satan for this Islamic regime. I'm not talking about the Persian people. I'm talking about this Islamic regime. I don't necessarily support my own prime minister every single day, Becky. But when it comes to what's happening right now, this is called preventive. There's no question that the Islamic regime wanted to annihilate us. And that was said in Khamenei's voice all of the time.
What's the objective here, Miri? Before I move on to Alex and talk strategy here, what's the objective here? I mean, regime change to a degree has already happened with these decapitation strikes, and the US has called on the Iranian people to rise up and take over its government. Two questions, I guess. How long does Israel believe it will take for Iranians to rise up and take over their government. And who do they believe that government, or what do they believe that government should look like?
So, Becky, what you're asking me is how we in Israel, all 10 million of us, know the difference of what's going to happen in Iran, 93 million strong. I don't know how the Iranian people will do so, but both you and me saw that over the last few weeks, they came out into the streets, not saying that they're for Israel, not saying that they're for the United States, saying that they were against the regime that what did the regime invest in? In missiles and proxies and in nuclear capability, not in their own people. What Israel is doing right now in the targeting is perhaps enabling the capability to do regime change. It's to take out those police forces that are against their own people. It's to take out that fist that the Islamic regime has used, holding us all hostage. And that's what I think that we're trying to do right now. I can but hope for them, but I do not think that Israel is the one that brings about the regime change.
Alex, Miri, thank you for being with us. Thanks to Paula and to Fred, my colleagues as well.